How many of you are using Twitter? God, I'm shocked. How many of you are on LinkedIn? That's better. You all ought to be on LinkedIn. You all need to build your profiles, because I'm assuming that most of you are not really mavericks like me. You want to go and work out in Mr. Tesco's world. So you really have to get a proper profile together. What this says is it just breaks it down, all of that sort of social media stuff, into 3 chunks. You've got the creation bit, where you actually originate original stuff, which could be YouTube videos, it could be your blog, it could be things like that. Then you've got a carrier medium. Twitter and Twitter feed is actually a carrier medium, because you can basically fire anything you write on a blog into your Twitter stream, and you can route it to a Facebook profile or a LinkedIn profile. So that means that you can actually build quite a big footprint relatively easily by really working smarter rather than, I've got getting on for 3,000 followers on Twitter, and people say to me, God, do you spend your life on it? No, I don't. I hardly look at it from day to day, because I've automated all the sort of blogs that I do and all the videos that I create and all of that kind of stuff basically feeds through it. So there's sort of 3 or 4 things going out a day. That's enough. Over time, 2 years, you can build quite a big footprint. And that's just basically summarises that. However, the question you have to ask yourself is, should I go online? What the research project told us was that we have most people out of these 650 people, if you're technical from a statistical point of view, is called the mode, which means that more people gave this answer than any of the others. The mode is 12 to 15 hours a week is what people spend promoting themselves. That's face-to-face networking, that's face-to-face sales, that's all of this online stuff we've just been talking about, all of it. And the question you have to ask yourself is, are you better at spending your time going and doing stuff face-to-face in a conventional sales way, or should you really be building an online presence? Cutting to the chase, we looked at whether the business was scalable or non-scalable. In other words, is it limited by demand or is it limited by supply? Our Plants for Presence business is limited by demand. Within reason, the more orders we get, the more money we can make. My consultancy business is not scalable, because once I've sold my time, I've sold my time. I've got no way of leveraging it. All I can do is find people to charge more money to, all right? And the other thing we looked at is, are we working on a local scale or are we working on a national scale? Turned out the difference is between local and national. People who want to build a national presence think it worthwhile to go on LinkedIn 2 or 3 times as much. They basically use Twitter twice as much, although this was done 18 months ago, so if it was done now, the Twitter numbers would be much higher. They tend to blog more, they use social networks more, and they see more value in chance encounters. This is what small businesses actually do from the research. They focus on face-to-face activity, and if they've got a need to, they back it up with LinkedIn, with Twitter, with all kinds of things that we've been talking about. And if you want to build your presence online for your future, for your next job, you want to get a blog, you want to put it onto your LinkedIn profile, and you want to market the hell out of it. Because, coming back to what we were saying previously, Rob, brand is all about performance. If we were going to be metaphysical about it, we would say it's the word made flesh. It's about having a consistent style, delivering in a way that makes the customer want to come back for more. And you do it through a consistent story, through sound business practices, and from attracting and motivating the right customers and the right staff. Right, we've got 4 minutes for questions. What would you like to know? Please.